If you hear any humming or buzzing in the background, no you don't. Did Anne Elizabeth's cozy cocoon method work for me? No, but this is damage after about 3 attempts, and I've hit the limit of acceptable damage I'm willing to tank before I give up. I couldn't get the hard gel to just not lift. So I tried rubber base like someone smarter than me recommended, and it was better, but not quite. I switched it up and experimented with using acetone to dehydrate, alcohol, primer. I mixed and matched. It didn't work, and I can say 100% with certainty that it's the Beatles booty cheek peel off base. It doesn't work. It's the only Beatles gel I hate. Oil, acetone, nothing removes it, and it's so infuriating because I can't throw it away because I paid money for it. So I'm just going to keep using it as a really mid base and be upset about it. But it's not a big loss on my part though. I'm not looking to grow out my natural nails. It just would have been an easier way to switch out my nails because I do them so often. So if you have a good peel off base, also don't even think of saying jello in my comments. Tell me so I can try the cozy cocoon method in about a month when my nails aren't as, I don't know why I said it like that. When my nails aren't as traumatized as they are now. Anyways, today's nails are nails that weren't quite good enough in my opinion for a dedicated set, but I still wanted to try out a design. So this is going to be a Frankenstein set in the truest sense. The theme is, think more iconic or classic, would you say? Spooky movies that I may or may not like. And I say that because the first nail is themed after Beetlejuice, and I did not like that movie. But to be fair, I am not the target demographic for Beetlejuice. I'm not the biggest fan of musicals or this type of story. It's also not the type of monster body horror that I like. You know, when I love storytelling when it comes to monsters. I like when there's symbolism and meaning behind them, not just an accurate representation of how they passed. I think more like Silent Hill monsters, where the monsters in the environments are like deep, obscure fears of the character that we're playing as. That type of storytelling, you know? I'm just trying to say I'm not a fan, but I am a fan of this worm-looking thing. It is worm, right? I love this thing. Hold on. Oh my god, it is a worm. It's a sandworm, and apparently Beetle Bro was scared of it, which, yeah, same. I mean, if it looked at me like that, I would also be afraid. I have watched this movie a decade ago, and I don't remember it at all. But cosplayers, why did I say it like that? Cosplayers who dress up for this movie are obsessed with it, and I am too. So the first nail is a 10 spooky sandy boys out of 10. I love her, and I want to call her Olga. Welcome, Olga. You are the project supervisor for today. Thank you for attending. Next nail is another comfort movie of mine, Coraline. I'll tell you right now, I'm gonna love this one no matter what or how it turns out, because I wanted to do something for the ghost children because they are some of the coolest characters in that movie. And I loved the ghost eyeballs. I like how they weren't like actual eyeballs, but balls. But I mean, they're children, so calling them ghost balls feels kind of weird. But anyways, I love the entire endgame sequence in Coraline, both with the game that she plays with the other mother and the ghost children. So this nail is going to have some balls on it. I absolutely adore this movie. I listened to the audiobook and all the theories, making of, and deleted scenes. I honestly make anyone who shows a mild interest in it watch it with me. So I want to do the Seeing Stone as well and the Three Ghost Eyes. I remember wanting a necklace. Well, I don't know why I'm choosing to say some of these words so strangely today. I remember wanting a necklace of the Seeing Stone back when I was in high school, and the only place that had them was Hot Topic. I didn't discover Etsy yet, and also the market for Coraline specifically was not big. It was not a lucrative field, but the one in the Hot Topic was so flipping small. I was so sad, but life is cruel, Jack. It is what it is. I think, okay, I know I said I'd love this nail no matter what, but I think I hate the base for this nail. The balls and the Seeing Stone are good, but Coraline it has to be blue, right? Blue or gray, but I haven't done a green set in so long. I wanted to fit it in somehow, so that's why I did all the bases green. But I don't think it works very well. The Coraline nail is very fun. I love the ball, love the Seeing Stone. My spacing was a little wonky, but I'm not a big fan, but I am a fan. So I'll give it a 5.5. Oh my gosh, please don't throw the kids in the well out of 10. Moving on, the next nail is Nightmare Before Christmas. I personally don't get the hype behind this movie. This isn't my opinion, okay? I know that this is kind of a movie that has a cult following, but I don't enjoy the story or the characters. I think that this is one of those things that you might have to grow up with and have the nostalgia for, otherwise it doesn't really work. But you know what? Actually, the intro song sequence, I get that. I get that a lot. But that This Is Halloween song, I loved by default, and when I figured out that it was used in that movie, it just made it 10 times better, because I love claymation, stop motion, animation, whatever it is. I forget the difference between the two, but you know, I really love that sequence. So, but now I regret picking Jack whenever I think of all of the characters that we saw in the very beginning. Like, anyone else would have been more visually interesting. I also just hate his character. I didn't enjoy the plot, but I love the set pieces, the set design, and the character designs were also peak. I love just going back and watching the Halloween song intro because it's really good. Also, the behind the scenes for it, also really good. I enjoy that quite a bit. And I know I know what I said about wanting green nails, and I can explain, except I won't. His face is coming out a little thicker than normal, which is okay. You don't have to stay a thin, mediocre, bone white man if you don't want to. People age and our bodies change, and that's chill, you know? Some people even get personalities. But for real, I think this is the prime example of why I want to do more nail art in the first place instead of using stickers. Personally, I know that everyone can use nail art stickers and decals and all of those like pre-made prints. It doesn't mean that you're not a nail artist. I just don't want to use them because I want to get better at doing freehand stuff. So, you know, if you see these in passing, you'll definitely know that it's Jack. You know, oh my gosh, I look at it more and it looks like that skeleton from Undertales. I can't unsee it. He has that stupid name too, right? Like, it has to be Sans because he talks in Comic Sans, and that was like a huge like eye roll for the community, but they also really loved it. Anyways, wow, a detour. Okay, it's not that good, and I picked the worst character, so I'm giving this one a 4 sad, soggy pumpkins left in direct sunlight for too long out of 10. Next two nails aren't from spooky media, but I wanted to do some eyeballs. I'm going to take my white solid hard gel and roll it into little balls onto my nails and use some red and green for the blood and iris respectively. And oh wow, it's done. Well, simple and effective. I mean, I give it a 5 bouncing beautiful balls out of 10, I guess, but it needed more detail and a lot less eyeball. I think doing like 1 or 2 really detailed eyes would have been cute, but I also just wanted to have like some ball. Okay, I want to have some balls in my nails. Anyways, but I do like the concept enough to do it in another set, but maybe not like just a dedicated on its own set. Let's move on to something more fun. I've seen people repainting their charms to be spooky Halloween ones on TikTok, and I have to give it a try. And let me tell you, this is my new favorite thing ever. I can't get over how cute this is going to be. I'm gonna do a zombie panda, and the carrot it's holding is perfect for turning into a little heart. Also, pandas don't eat carrots, right? Like, don't they have chronic diarrhea because they only eat bamboo? That I might be like messing that up in my head, but why is it holding a carrot? Anyways, I didn't know I was going to be doing this panda at first. If I did know, I wouldn't have wasted my time on doing the Frenchies, but we're here anyways, and I love how it turned out. I have a whole lot of charms I don't like the color of or the theme of. I'm so sorry. I am just not a fan of Hello Kitty or Kuromi or any of the Sanrio characters, but I just unlocked a new customization, so if you see these a lot more in the future, this is the origin of it all. Overall, for this set, I have some bad news. I hate it. None of these nails were up to standard for a dedicated set, except for maybe Olga, but I really wanted to try it out anyways, and I'm glad I did. I mean, I was curious and I've been wanting to do it for a while, but I just didn't have good timing because I keep wanting to do other things the second I have an original thought. But anyways, let me know if you liked a nail or concept. I don't think I'd do any of these styles again. Olga is the exception, but my curiosity has been sated. So I still count this as a win, kind of. These are the nails up close, and that's it from me. Like and subscribe if you're into that sort of thing. We listen and we judge here. Have a good day, good night, wherever you are, whenever you are, and I will see you very soon.